Hello friends, this is Fresh Cut Worm here today, and it's Monday, but right before we get into the topic, I want to let y'all guys know I am going to start streaming on Tuesday and Thursday nights from 7 p.m. Pacific to around 10 p.m. Pacific, maybe 9 p.m. Pacific, just for a couple hours every Tuesday and Thursday. I had our first stream in a long time on Saturday night, and it was a lot of fun. And so yeah, we're gonna be picking that up again, so come over to our Twitch. It's linked in the description. On Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, again 7 p.m. Pacific or whatever that is in Central and Eastern, stuff like that. But with that being said, it's Monday. It's time to talk about an exotic that needs some touching up on, needs some recrafting, so to speak, hence the name of the series. And the exotic that I've chose to talk about today is one that we know is getting changes, and in fact we might find out this Thursday what the changes they're going to make to this exotic is. But the exotic in question, of course, is Skull of Dire Ahamkara. Again, a couple weeks ago, Bungie dropped a tweet on us, and they said that this is getting a change, but we don't know how it's going to change. So let's entertain the idea of what they could do to it, starting off with, of course, the most basic changes. Well, I guess technically we should start off with what it does. Skull of Dire Ahamkara, number one, it gives you more health when you're throwing your Nova Bomb. So when you're actively in the air and you're in third person, like, you get, I want to say it's like 60% damage resistance. Like, you get, maybe it's even more than that, it might be 80%. Like, you are basically unkillable when you are in the process of throwing your Nova Bomb, which I think is, you know, whether or not that effect is actually like good, I don't know. I guess it depends on person to person. But the primary effect of Skull of Dire Ahamkara is that when you get kills with the with your Nova Bomb, it actually gives you super energy right back. So you throw a Nova Bomb into a group of enemies, it kills them all, then it gets you up to 50% of your super back. That's what it does. So now with what it does out of the way, let's talk about some changes that I could see potentially doing. And the first one we're going to talk about is more than likely what Bungie is going to do. And I have talked about this on the channel before. I don't like the idea of adding surge mods, but let's be honest, Bungie's probably going to throw on some surge mods and say, hey, it's good. Okay. Just like they did with Insurmountable Skull, or not Insurmountable Skull, I'm sorry, the Eternal Warrior. Okay. Basically, when you're getting probably void weapon kills, because it is Skull of Dire Ahamkara, it builds into the void stuff. When you get void weapon kills, you get a stacking damage bonus up to ×4, which is 25% more damage, so that you have basically more void weapon damage. And that's it. There's no, you know, I leave it everything else the same, you know, the extra health and then the return on super energy. I really think that's probably what Bungie is going to end up doing to it. And so I want to put that out there, that's more than likely what it's going to happen, you know. And then maybe once you throw your Nova Bomb, as soon as you throw your Nova Bomb, you get that time, you get an instant ×4 stack of you know, your ×4 void surge. I hope that Bungie doesn't just do that. I really hope that they take time and effort to make these exotics more unique. But let's talk about some other things they could potentially do. I think also a change that Bungie could make to Skull of Dire Ahamkara is giving it the ability to like charge your super based on the type of kill that you get. Currently you get like, I think it's like 5%, maybe it's 15% or 10%, 5 to 10% per kill. Okay, whether it's a champion, whether it is a thrall, like you get 5 to 10% energy per kill. And this is kind of counterintuitive. Like, how many of y'all are using Nova Bomb to clear ads? Like, how many of y'all are throwing Nova Bomb into a group of 50 thrall and watching it obliterate all of them? Like, I don't know about you, I don't do that, because grenades can do the same thing. Things like Graviton Lance can do the exact same thing. Like, we have so much stuff that can clear a big group of enemies. I want to save my super for maybe a champion, maybe a boss, you know, maybe, you know, some mini bosses. And the way that it works, the way that it grants energy back to you per kill, just doesn't lend itself to the utility of Nova Bomb. So I think that increasing the amount of energy you get based on the type of kills that you get could help tremendously. For example, if you kill a thrall, that's, you know, 10% energy. You kill 10 thrall, that is going to be, or I guess technically 5. Sorry, I had to sneeze. But you kill 5 thrall, 10% energy per thrall, that's 50% energy. Or you kill one champion, and one champion guarantees 50%. right? So you can throw your Nova Bomb at a barrier, an overload champion, and if it kills that champion, you instantly get 50%, regardless of how many kills you get, because you killed the one champion. Or there's, 3 orange bar knights running at you, and you Nova Bomb and kill them all. Like, giving more energy based on the tier of enemy that you kill, I think is pretty paramount at this point. For Skull of Dire Ahamkara. And I think currently it does do that, but the energy gains are not where they need to be. Now moving on from there, I think that really what Skull of Dire Ahamkara needs is a kind of rework, I guess. I don't want to say it's like a full rework from the ground up. Like, we're still keeping the core of what it has. But of course, we talked a little bit ago about Nova Bomb being something you want to use against bosses primarily, not against ads. And I think something that Bungie could do to really make this exotic more viable is, instead of, while you have Devour active, instead of just getting grenade energy, because that's what Devour gives you currently, is just grenade energy, perhaps it could give you grenade, melee, class ability, and super energy every time you get a kill with Devour. Now obviously little bits, okay, like I don't think that we should be getting 10% of each of these, especially on super, per kill while Devour is active. But I think that, Devour only giving you your grenade ability energy, adding Skull of Dire Ahamkara, a very specific exotic, could allow you to cool down your melee and your class ability and even your super ability even faster, so long as you are constantly getting kills while Devour is active. And I think that this is really comparable to Nezarac's Sin, so I don't want to do too much like toe stepping, so to speak. I don't want to make Nezarac's Sin kind of pointless. So I think some of the balancing factors are, of course, the fact that you have to have Devour going, so you have to be getting kills with abilities if you have to Feed the Void on, or you have to pick up Orbs of Power. You have to have something to proc Devour to get it going. And of course the energy gains are not as powerful as something like Nezarac's Sin. Like Nezarac's Sin, if you get that timer to 20 seconds, like, you're getting your abilities back really fast. And I think another key difference between Nezarac's Sin and this reworked version of Skull of Dire Ahamkara is that Nezarac's Sin gives you just a flat cooldown bonus no matter what the timer's at. So if you have 2 seconds on your timer, you have 10 seconds on your timer, like, that's how long you're gonna have that I think it's 30% faster cooldown or something like that. So there is some fundamental differences between the two, but I think that would be pretty awesome. I think also you could have a balancing factor built into this by having Nova Bomb deal like maybe 40% less damage to bosses and mini bosses. Again, I think most people are using Nova Bomb on bosses and mini bosses, but Skull of Dire Ahamkara lends itself to using it against ads. So you jump up in the air, you're getting charged by a group withdrawal, you use your Nova Bomb, you get a bunch of kills, gives you 50% grenade energy right back, you have Devour. Then after 10-15 kills, your Nova Bomb is charged because you've been getting bonus super energy because Devour is active and you're getting kills, plus you're picking up Orbs of Power here and there, stuff like that. So you have your super back really, really fast. Like, really fast. Like, I mean, like, if you get that 50% chunk from killing enough ads, like, it takes 15 seconds to get another Nova Bomb back. But of course the counter is you don't have as much damage for bosses. You don't have as much damage for mini bosses. So that players would want to, okay, like, we want to branch out here. We want to use, something besides, we need to use Nova Bombs for something besides just dealing boss damage. I think another potential rework that they could do is to Cataclysm. Have those little sub-munitions, first of all, add more of them, but have those sub-munitions track individual targets. Instead of all typically just going after one, like, have them seek out multiple targets. That way you can have a big bomb, boom, blows up right in your face, right in the middle, kills a bunch of ads. Then those sub-munitions go out and they kill even more ads, like little spider fingers, like feeling out to go get some more ads and kill those ads. But yeah, that would be the changes that I think would be really cool to see to Skull of Dire Ahamkara. I think Skull at one point was a power player. I mean, Skull of Dire Ahamkara was literally at one point at the top of the meta because you could literally get your entire super back with one Nova Bomb. But since they capped it at 50%, I see literally nobody using it, and rightfully so, because even with that 50%, there's not enough places in the game where there's enough enemies to get a big chunk of super energy back. And if I'm doing higher level content, I don't want to use it on red bars. I want to use it on champions, really, or the boss. But anyways, with that being said, I want to hear your thoughts on Skull of Dire Ahamkara. How do you feel about the things that I've suggested? What do you personally think Bungie will do to it? Because we know probably Thursday, we're going to find out what they're going to do to it. But just tell me all of your thoughts, stuff in the comments. Do me a favor, like the video, helps the channel out a lot. Subscribe for more daily Destiny content, conversations, debates, discussions, all that good stuff. And do me one more thing. Watch the videos you see here on the end screen, because for whatever reason YouTube thinks you don't like them. Guys, I will see y'all next time. Bye for now.